Okay, so on book 9, this was the easiest, quickest, smoothest read. I didn't keep track of much of the stuff because I'm getting used to the regular characters. But anyways, this is the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, nothing special going on here. So please hit the like and subscribes. Those of you who already subscribed, thank you. Please check out Flashback Mondays. Please check out Star Trek Next Generation Fridays. We're doing the Legacy this Friday. And we did Remember Me last week. So please check those out. Please hit the like and subscribe. It would be a nice Christmas present to reach 1,000 by Christmas, 1,000 subscribers. Seeing as it's been over 10 months and I'm just past 100, I'm not holding out much hope, but it would be so appreciated if you could give me that Christmas present of 1,000 subscribers and likes by that point. Just hit the like and subscribe on the buttons. Each video, as you'll see, I don't have many viewers, so I would really appreciate it if you pitch it and just click the button. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes you 10 seconds. Click. Not even 10 seconds. 1 second. Click. So I lost my glasses, so we'll see what happens there. But so we're doing Alyssa Maxwell. Like I said, I'm binge reading. I got into the series, and I'm just going to binge read it. It's only a couple more books. And then we'll get back to Laurel, J.D. Robb, Sands, Sparks, and we'll start moving on to other series. I found another one, another Gilded. She's got another series, but then there's another series by a different author, McKenna, I think it is, that also does a Gilded series. We're going to check out those too. So this is Alyssa Maxwell, Murder at Wakehurst. It's book 9 in the series. Emma is a journalist. Nanny is her maid, housekeeper, grandmother type situation. Katie is also a maid in her household. Barney is her horse, who's getting a little older, and Mustaphus is the horse that Derek bought. Derek's her boyfriend. And they have their first kiss, and not like a kiss, but just like a kiss, that just a tap, just a touch. But that's okay. I don't mind that. If you've ever read a Janet book, they get all hot and heavy. They go in the bedroom, close the door, and that's the next chapter, and it's the next day. That's fine. In the olden days, we'll talk about Laura Lee or the rest of them at some point, and Mary Gentry, Laura K. Hamilton. We'll do those at some point, but we really don't need it. At this point in time, we just don't need that stuff anymore. So her grandfather, Cornelius, has just died, the big rich guy. They're getting a big legacy. Neil was supposed to be the heir, but because of the big fight with the father cut him off the will, but he's in it, and his brothers are going to help compensate him. They're going to fix some of the stuff that was wrong. So she's just got back from the funeral, and Neely's all upset, and he insists on going to this party by Mr. Van Allen, and Grace is like, no, you shouldn't go, you're in mourning, blah, 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 but he says he has to go, and he won't tell why, and apparently he's meeting someone at the party, but he won't say who, or why, or what, or nothing, and it's really suspicious. You don't find out some of that stuff till the end. Then one of the guests is killed at the party, and Emma was going out for she heard the dogs barking, and she knows that bark she recognizes as not an excited bark, but it's an intruder bark or a hurt bark, so she goes out to check it and finds the dead guy with an arrow. And apparently there's a new cop in town. Apparently the powers that be don't like a woman assisting the police, because Emma's been assisting Jesse in these investigations. She's been vital. So this new guy comes in, Detective Griffin Myers. He's just transferred in. Apparently the chief of police's job is under question because a woman has been helping his primary murder cop. So she's upset about that, and Jesse has been assigned robberies. And apparently there was a robbery, someone stole a suit, and apparently it was the gentleman who had a private appointment with Neely at the party that stole the suit, that needed the suit to go to the party. So he stole the suit one day and then he returned it the next day and gave money for the rental, and so there's no hard feelings there. But it takes a few days to track down him. It takes a few days to track down. There was a jester at the party who, sight unseen. Maybe he heard stuff. Maybe he didn't. He was so and so having an affair. There's the daughter of the guy that was killed was supposed to be engaged to some guy and she didn't want to be. Her father was forcing it. So there's a whole lot of little undercurrents going on here. And Emma goes undercover just a little bit for a couple hours at that murder guy's house, and she's trying to do a little investigating. And who does she run into but Derek's mom, who doesn't figure out who she is for a day or so, and then it clicks in her brain who it was, and she wants to have Emma arrested for breaking and entering, for stealing. And Emma's like, no, she was invited in. She went in to bring the food because that's what they do in the South. If someone dies, you take over a casserole dish. No matter which century it is, you take over some food. And then she decided to go do some investigating herself, and that's what Lavina caught her at. And Lavina just doesn't want her to have anything to do with her son. There is a really big surprise at the end. I'm anxious to read the next book to find out what happens between Derek and Emma, because Emma's the kind that's going to get cold feet. She's going to backtrack out of it, and it just drives me crazy. When she's like, and then she pulls, it's like we go 2 steps forward and take a step back. The Shylers are a big part of this particular story, and if you have enjoyed Hamilton, you have heard about the Schuyler sisters from 100 years before this, but this is that particular family. This is their legacy line, and I do love the author's notes in the back. I think that's one of my favorite. I love that. Victoria Thompson does it too. This is where I got the idea from that. This is what really happened. This was involved, and I decided to explore this situation. So another person gets murdered. So I think there's 2 people get murdered in this thing. Emma goes on a goose chase trying to track down certain people. Her brother's doing well. So, I'm in it for the characters. I'm reading it for the character progression. Yeah, we like to see the mystery solved each book. But I enjoy the character progression from book to book to book to book. So there's a lot going on in this book. It's one of the quicker reads. I didn't keep much notes because it's just really smoothly. I had gotten used to all the characters, so I could follow them better by this book. So please check it out. See what happens with Emma and Derek. See how their new editor-in-chief is working out at the newspaper. See how Lavina is dealing with Emma, and then check out the murder mystery that we've got going. And this new detective, Myers, we don't see too much of him. So I'm anxious to read the next book to find out what his course of action is, what the chief's course of action is, if he continues to stick around, or if he's booted someplace else, or if he will work with Jesse as a partner. It is a really small town, although we are approaching the turn of the century, 1900, so everything is growing, the populations are growing. So it was a good quick read. If you're doing this series with me, it's a good. I read it just for the Derek and Emma thing and all her going about, and sometimes she gets really frustrating because like I said, she backtracks and stuff. But it's a good read. She does a lot of running around trying to figure out who people are, and but it's good. Oops, bookmark. So please check it out. It's Alyssa Maxwell, Murder at Wakehurst. It's a Gilded Newport mystery. Please hit the like and subscribe. I've got this fantasy of getting 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. One can hope for miracles. So thank you.